Hey everyone, welcome to the Gym Owners Podcast. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Natalia.
Today we have a really cool story. We have Gage Bowra with 247 Fitness. Gage, why don't you tell a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your backstory?
I come from a construction background and I needed to get custody of my daughter. So I started looking for more flexible schedules as far as work goes so I could get her to and from school. And I found a gym, went from just managing it to doing the maintenance because I saw how hefty those invoices were. And then I need plumbing, and he just slowly picked up all these jobs to then I was doing the books. And now transition to my own.
I think you're being a little modest there because I know how many hours you worked, and you were working not just one, you were managing pretty much both locations, right?
Yeah.
So what were some of the things that you had to do there besides membership sales and everything? Like, what were some of your duties as the general manager of those two locations?
Cleaning, the fixing equipment, any upgrade. Like I even learned how to fix commercial doors. That was difficult, but I got that.
Putting in the
Yeah.
helping with the 24/7 door system, making sure that's
right,
working,
yeah,
right?
everything.
So tell the interesting story part is how did you become a gym owner? Because most people, they either work at a gym for a long time, it's their dream to own a gym, and they usually buy the owner out or whatnot. Tell your story of how did you become a gym owner and so young? Because there's people that are 40, 50 years old that's it's their dream to own a gym and they never did it. So how did you become a gym owner?
So after I started at one location in my hometown, got that going really well. Then my little brother was like, "Well, I want to try working at the gym." So that's and the other. So the one owner owned two of them. I was managing the first. The second one had opened and it wasn't doing very well. And I just asked him. I was like, "Well, what's going on there?" And he's like, "I don't know. I'm busy doing whatever he was doing." I was like, "Well, I'm gonna go find out." So I hired my little brother, and then I went up. It's about 60. Well, yeah, about 60 miles away from the first location. So it's quite a drive, but I felt it was worth it. And ended up having to fire that manager after 3 months of just fighting with her. Like I'd come in, there's 18 missed phone calls, and she's doing yoga in the office, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Well, I don't have time to answer the phone." And I was like, "Oh, you're gonna have a lot of free time soon," That's what I was thinking. But then couldn't find staff there, so I was just stuck for about 2.5 years at that. So now I've been at each location for about 2.5 years. But all while running the second one, I'm still overseeing the first, kind of babysitting my brother, making sure because he's just doing the membership sales and cleaning. So I'm still, if any machines go down or anything, if there's any um, members that are unhappy, I kind of deal with them too to keep everything smooth. But then that owner decided to sell, and the new company came in with all these promises and new equipment, and they're not going to change the rates and all this. Well, they ended up doubling the rates, not doing new equipment, and sending people to collections, just a lot of stuff. And I was like, I can't even work here. They cut my pay by 2/3 after promising I would only make more, not less. So I was like, well, this is a big change because I was doing really well, worked really hard, and was being paid for it. And now I'm making less than when I started at this place.
Mm.
And they
So
still
then
wanted you to do everything.
well, they did the maintenance and stuff, which that drove me nuts too, because so it wasn't my responsibility anymore, but it took 3 months for anything to get done. So now everybody's used to my face fixing things. So I look bad because it's not being fixed. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do, guys. So I quit, put in my 2 weeks, and I try to do a 3-day notice. They asked for the 2 weeks. And I just, in the middle of the ending of my career there, is when I started looking into a space in my hometown and just started slowly building, got the website going, found a space that worked, negotiated a lease.
Everything that you just said in the last 30 seconds is what's keeping a lot of people from opening up their own gym, where a lot of people
Oh,
says, well, everyone says I could do it. What Let's go back. You decide to open up your own gym. What's the first thing you do? You said you trying to find a space. What in your process of opening up a gym, what would you say was easier than you thought that has kept you from opening up your own gym?
I think the hardest part is funding. If you
Mhm.
don't have time and business credit, it's almost impossible. I was lucky and was able to leverage my dad's house because it was paid off by my grandma or great grandma. So that's where my funding came from. And then I found gym equipment, etc., that they have brand new equipment equivalent to life or hammer strength or life fitness for
Mm.
about a third of the cost.
Mm.
So that made it easier. And then just me knowing how, like the flooring I did, the painting I did, that 49 light fixtures I fixed, like,
It
so I
helps
mean,
that
even
you were instructed in
those,
construction.
yeah, those three things right there, if I paid somebody, that's $20,000.
Wow.
When I spent
Minimum.
maybe three on materials and spent I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks of time doing it. It all depends on how much work you want to put into it. And I guess that's what made it so easy for me because I didn't find it hard at all. But in my mind, I was like, I don't have a choice.
Mm.
Either I'm back to construction, I'm never going to see my daughter, or I open this gym. So I
It
opened the
was
gym.
now or never because
Yeah,
like we talked before you decided to even open. We were like we
yeah,
both were saying like this is your opportunity. Yeah, I think you said you found a location that was perfect. You knew that you said that you mentioned that they jacked the rates up on the other members. So
yeah.
the other members are seeing you're not there anymore, which they loved you. Their rates got jacked up. This is the most perfect time to open up a gym to like capitalize on everything, right?
Yeah.
Mm. You were already basically the owner without the title at the
Yeah.
previous
The
location.
only
So,
thing I didn't do was pay the landlords.
yeah. And
Everything.
that,
I mean, I had the utility logins, so I would check them, make sure they're not spiking, and if they're spiking, I'm like, okay, what's causing the spike? I was already. So in
wow.
my mind, I was like, this isn't difficult. I just need the space.
And at that point, yeah, you just needed
Yeah.
your own place to have the members come. So did you have a big following from the other locations over to you as soon as you were open?
I used good business practice, I guess. I wasn't like stealing phone numbers and emails and trying to do any of this. I'm like, I'm gonna open this as if I'm new to town. How
So
fast
Yeah.
how
do I?
fast from finding your location were you able to start selling people? And because the gym's only been open a couple months, and let us know how, like like you don't have to go deep into numbers, but I know you're doing pretty well and how important the importance of pre-sale. So any new owners that are maybe watching this,
So I had the website open. Everything was ready. So as far as publishing the website, the link to sign up, everything was there. Probably 2 weeks before I even got the definite yes, you can have the space.
awesome.
I was just waiting to hit that launch website button. Once that happened, they were like, yeah, okay, well, we've negotiated enough. We'll do the space. Now we're going to run through, our plumbing, our ACs, all that to make sure it's working properly. And when I got that, I was like, launch. So I launched the website, start selling memberships, which I got 6 that month. Mind you, it was 3 different suites. Well, 4 different suites. 2 of them were already opened up. But when you walk in, you had 12-foot by 71-foot walls, like that needed to be ripped out. 2 suites didn't even have flooring in them, just cement. But I'm already selling memberships at this point. So, and I had the location up there, hoping people would come by, seeing the construction, like, hey, this is coming. And then I ended up getting a 3D rendering. So
Mm.
basically, a computer generated gym in a sense, with really close to the colors and the equipment, just how the space
What the
will
gym
look.
was going to look like once it was done.
Correct. Yeah. So that helped.
People
And
could
then
get.
it turned into, well, now I'm designing it to look like that because that pretty much gave me my color scheme and all that. So that worked out well too.
Mhm.
But I was pre-selling the second that I could.
So you weren't just pre-selling on the website. You actually opened the doors when everything was still
Oh
you
yeah.
were left. That's
People
awesome. So
walking
'cause a lot of
by.
people are scared to do that. So how did that benefit you? I love it because it shows the authenticity of pre-sales. Like, hey, we're doing this because we're giving you a cheaper rate for being one of in phase one pricing because look around, like there's wires hanging from the ceiling and the floor isn't
Right,
in
right.
there. So
Mhm.
yes, if you sign up now, I'm going to give you a cheaper rate. Tell us how you did your pre-sales. And so you got your space. It wasn't a gym, to be clear, in case you're watching this. It wasn't a gym yet. It was still
No.
stuff on the floor. How did pre-sales go? Keep going with that.
I just was in here working. People would walk in and like kind of be hesitant to walk in. I'm like, come on in. And they're like, is there a manager or somebody that works here? And I'm like, yeah. I never like go around, well, I'm the owner and da da da. Like, if they ask me if I'm a manager, I'm a manager. If they ask me if I work here, I just work here. Like, I don't boast at all.
And pre-sales was pretty easy, would you say? Like once people came in, they were like, "Hey, this is awesome."
Oh yeah, a lot of the time they would just come. I've already signed up online. I just wanted to kind of see the progress. It came out to like a 9.6% discount on the pre-sale price. So the equipment had showed up, and I was like taking videos of it all in the parking lot and coming out of crates and all that. Just like last couple days to sign up. So because we opened February 1st, so like January 29th, 30th, 31st, I was like telling people like you're running out of time. So January 31st, I think I had 30 people jump online and sign up.
Creating a sense of urgency. So how, because you're pretty close to almost covering your nut, and you've only been, how many months have you been open?
A month and 12 days.
A
Wow.
month. Yeah, that's insane. To just replay that, because a lot of people wait to grand opening where they start at zero. Like,
Oh
yes,
no.
he still has a lot more to go, but like, how close to you are at like covering your expenses as of right now, if where the memberships relay right now?
With dues or sales and everything.
No, with dues, sales, everything, like right
So
now.
my first month, everything was paid.
Wow.
And then this month, I'm looking at maybe an extra two or so thousand on top of which
So you're
I'm
already profiting. You're
yeah, I'm
already
already profiting. So essentially, yeah.
that's
Wow.
insane. Good job, man. Yeah, there's people that have been open a year that have yet to break $1. So you did more on pre-sales than I think you're letting on, but
Well, I
awesome
don't
job.
have so to me, I have nothing to compare. So I have numbers in my head. I'm like, if I don't hit these, then it's not good. If I don't sell 400 memberships my first month, it's not good enough for me. I don't know what other people are used to, or which I didn't do 400. That was just a number. I did 251.
That's
Mhm.
that. What?
So
So people think that like 80 walk-ins a month is pretty good. So that is amazing that you did that. And you're already profitable within your second month. That's insane. Um,
You hyped
that's
it up
amazing.
well. Even if it wasn't you, so did you have a strong social media presence also? And that's where a lot of people, or was it just like word of mouth, social media?
that's a little bit of everything. Social
Okay.
media I started with, and we have the like so my advertising is like word of mouth. When I talk to people, like no matter how busy I am, I'll stop and give them 100% attention. So there's always that, just this guy cares kind of a deal behind it. There's no like, well, I'm too busy for you right now, kind of because that sets everybody off. And I don't want anybody to have even the ability to honestly say anything negative about the gym.
Yeah.
Because I feel if you build that all positivity, how could it fail?
Mhm.
Sure.
So I did the Facebook, and I jumped on the Coolidge community chat. So it's basically you can advertise on there. And Nextdoor, I need to get on that. Nextdoor.
Mm.
Have you guys
Yeah.
heard of that one?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Next
basically like a Facebook
Like marketplace
thing
kind of thing.
in a
for
sense.
everything.
Yeah.
You could be a
Oh,
plumber. You could advertise that I have a running group, or you could do pretty much
Yeah.
everything on Nextdoor.
okay.
But I would just push it on there, and
Mhm.
it was actually, yeah, it was impressive. I mean, within 2 hours of a post, I'd have like a couple hundred views and 20. I think one of them hit 100, over 100 reactions, like 150, I think almost. And
Mm.
then just comments, like 70, 80 comments. And I'm on there responding to every single one, like as fast as I
That's
can.
important. That's
Mhm.
Yeah.
important.
So I wouldn't go like a day when people are waiting for questions. I'm constantly checking my phone. If I see notification, I'm, responsive with it.
So
I
Wow.
did
think
you
maybe
pay to have those boosted, or that was just all organic?
I did a couple. I boosted the 3D rendering, And I just did like $300 because it's not a huge town. And then I boosted, like, we're actually open now kind of a deal. That's just a little quick walkthrough. And I
Mhm.
don't even know if I had TVs fully up at that point. I was a little behind when I opened with no music. TVs weren't on the walls. Mirrors were barely being finished on one wall. But the equipment's here, guys. Go ahead and work out. Don't hurt yourself. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
awesome. What?
yeah.
Why don't you pretend that we're coming in to check out your gym? Like, can you take us for a tour of your facility? Because a lot
I
of people
can't.
like. And by the way, how old are you, Gage?
30. Just turned 30.
You're
Congratulations, man.
motivated.
A lot of gyms don't have your assisted dips and pull-ups. So
Mhm.
that's a selling point. And then your glute thrust back here.
Mm.
I just sell it on the equipment. Like, we're here to provide the best quality stuff for you. So
Yeah.
plate loaded chest press, plate loaded row, and then all the cables. And then if they ask, I'll be like, yeah, and I made sure we had the logo on all the
Nice.
equipment. Just add that little touch. I tell them,
Yeah.
like, I saw LA Fitness had it, so I had to do it. So you
Yeah.
see.
That's
Very
awesome.
7. You're repping on the
Yeah.
weights.
And then I've got this raggedy trash can, but people use it, so
They like it.
yeah.
Do
And
you
then the
have Guru set
fans.
up so you could show everybody your price presentation on you said you use Guru, right?
I use Guru if they sign up on the website. If they're in person, I'll sign them up. If like 5 people come in, I'll answer. Basically, now I'm like the group leader, even if they don't know each other. It works well. I don't know how. I'm just like, all right. So since we're all here, we'll just all kind of
A
work
group
together,
tour.
and then
Of
yeah,
course.
exactly. So and then some of you will have questions that others don't want to ask, or maybe didn't even think about. So it'll work that way. Generally, you'll have one that kind of wants to wander off. So like, yeah, walk around, go for it. If you have questions, let me know. And then we'll get to, generally there's an older one, so they're not going to be on their phone. So
Mhm.
I'll be like, all right, I'll work with you. If you guys want to wait or jump on the website, you can sign up and I can just give you your key when you're done.
So
Yeah.
it's still personalized. You're just there walking them through it.
You're
Yeah.
helping them.
So instead
You're
of,
doing a group tour. Like, there's no other way to
yeah,
do that. Like, you don't have
yeah.
5
And that's what I'll
iPads.
tell them. I'm like, you can wait 15 minutes or however till, or you could just jump on and give you your key and you're done.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I leave it up to them and they're like, oh, I'll wait. Or, oh yeah, what's the website? And they'll jump on.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. They just come
Everyone's
in,
different.
they like what they see, and then that's that.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I just talk to them. Like
Yeah.
Anthony may come in with his card out and then Natalia will come in and we'll talk for 30 minutes and she may not even sign up, but I know she'll come back
Mhm.
because we've had that really good conversation. You know, we've laughed, I've shown you
Yeah.
around. Maybe showed you a couple machines you haven't seen. Like,
Mhm. Is
so
it
I
you?
love.
yeah.
You're the one-man band? Like, you handle the whole.
Yeah.
It's the
Wow.
same as he was doing at the other gym, except he wasn't the owner. He was doing
Yeah.
He's literally doing the same thing. Now
Same
he gets to
thing.
reap the rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're already making profit from all of your hard work.
Yeah.
Just
A little bit. Yeah.
yeah, a little, but it's only going to grow, right? I mean, I can't
Yeah.
believe that you're already there after a month. So, I mean, the only way is up with that many. And like, that's a nice space. You cleared that whole thing out.
With a 24-hour gym in a
Yeah.
small
Yeah.
town, people want to sign up. You could throw 400 members more than what you have now. It'll still look like that.
Right.
Unless you're a specialized powerlifting gym or a bodybuilding
Where
gym,
every
then
member
yes.
uses it.
Yes. I want to get back to the group tour that you mentioned because I
Oh.
think that is genius. Because number one, the biggest thing that why people don't go to the gym is because they're scared. They don't know anyone. Immediately, right off the bat, I would say, we're all going to do a group tour. Let's everybody introduce themselves. I'm Gage. What's your name? Immediately, they become like a little bit friends. They know each other. You're joking with them a little bit. You do the tour. As long as one person signs up, they're going to all do, everybody does what the other person does. So I think that is genius.
If 5 people walk in my mind, I'm 99% positive that 5 people are joining. I don't really have people leave and not join.
Hmm.
I wish I could track them, but yeah, it doesn't. I think probably in the month and 12 days now that I've been open, I would say out of over 300, I think maybe 20 didn't sign up. And out of those 20, probably 9 of them have come back to join.
In your city, how many other gyms are
No. We have a boxing gym. There's a curves, which is like a female circuit kind of a deal.
Yep.
And then the other gym.
there? So there's
Yeah.
not really any great place for people to go work out. You're the only one. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Curves is a great stepping stone. So let's say you have somebody that comes in, they don't sign up, they sign up at Curves. If they take a liking to actually working out, they're going to come back because it's very limited, right? Like, what do they, for cardio, they have a square box on the floor that they jog in place, right? That's their cardio.
Yeah.
How much results are you going to get from that after 2-3 months?
I believe
like
2, it's girls only.
Yeah.
Right. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, like, even if they join up to a Curves, if they stick with it and they're like, oh, I love this working out thing, they're going to join up to a gym because you can only get so much from a Curves, right?
Summer curves, right. Yeah.
So that's what I mean. It's a good stepping stone to where if they do sign up to a Curves, you're like, all right, see you in a couple months.
Yeah.
I want to talk about real quick 24 hours because there's a lot of gym owners that are out there that are very scared of putting 24 hours to your club. What do you think about it? How beneficial has it been to you for you to be 24 hours?
I don't think I would survive if I wasn't 24 hours. I'll just start with that. I think that would really detour probably a third of my members. I have 8 cameras running 24/7, which is overkill.
Yeah.
I mean, I even had a space there at the other gym. It was 14,000 square foot, so just about 3 times this space, and there was only 6 cameras in there. So I've done overkill on the cameras. That makes me feel better. And then just kind of back to the treating everybody well, it sets the stage where everybody just kind of respects everything, if that makes sense. Because nobody's being aggressive in any way. There's like a jacket up at the front that's been there for a couple days. There's a little dinosaur on the window next to the jacket. Like, nobody touches stuff if it's not theirs.
Yeah.
And I think that comes with the cameras and then just the respect that I do my best to provide.
Well, also, when you have 24 hours, you don't have to provide childcare because now you have a key to come whenever you want. So when you do have time, like, I understand you have your kids throughout the day, but when you do have that sorted, you can come anytime you want. You have your own key.
That and what it enables people to do, because everybody knows that the after work, after school, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., that's the busiest time. Well, if you're not 24/7, if you're not 24-hour access, and these people are limited to that, they can't adjust their schedule. So you're going to end up start losing members during that prime time because they just can't work out. Instead of them being able to adjust their schedule and come earlier or even later or whichever, you're just going to lose them. So that's what I would not open a gym that was not 24/7.
I think it's less excuses because everybody wants to make an excuse to feel better about not signing up or canceling, right? And one of those excuses is, okay, I know it's January, I got to go in, but they close at 9, they close at 10. I wouldn't have time. That gives them validation. Okay, I'm not going to sign up because I wouldn't have time. Now that excuse is out the window. Another excuse is if, let's say, they come in prime time, it's busy, they can't get a workout. Oh, I tried to go, it's too busy, I'm canceling. Where now it's like, dude, you have your own key to the gym. You come in whenever you want. Like, that must eliminate so many excuses. Dude, I tip my hat to you, sir. Keep it going.
Thank you.
Bravo.
All right. Talk to you later, everybody.